Now it's time to meet this month's outstanding male student athlete. Here's David Birkenthal with the story.
Darren Schmidt is a senior on Patapsco's varsity soccer team. He enjoys his role as the team's goalkeeper.
I'm staying in the game. I'm not just hanging out there. I'm thinking about my position in relation to the ball, especially if a counterattack might happen or a breakaway or something of that sort, so that I can position myself whether I should be further out or further back towards the goal.
Darren has grown into his role as a team leader.
He knows when, just to be quiet and show by, demonstrating, and then there's other times where he's become vocal, and I think that's where he's grown in the 2+ years that I've known him is, when he was first brought on, he was quiet and timid, but he's grown into a more vocal, he takes charge style leadership.
In the beginning of last year, he was more quiet, and even the beginning of this year, like before we picked our team captains, he was more on the quiet side, but once he was team captain, he got the band on his arm, he kind of took leadership.
Darren's teammates have also embraced him as their leader.
If you ever needed help, he was definitely the guy to go to. If you had a question about anything, your math homework, if you didn't know a question, you can go up to him and ask him. He'd be right there to help you. And it's kind of why we really want him to be our captain.
I hope I am basically the example that they want to follow, both academically and on the field. In the heat of the game, in the heat of the moment, a lot of things can happen, but I think they see me as that stoic person who they can rely on.
Darren's ability to balance sports with school and involvement in music groups has set a positive example for his teammates.
He's definitely one of the busiest kids I know. Band, school, soccer, but he doesn't miss one practice.
Especially those 9th and 10th graders that are first coming into high school and playing sports. He shows them that you can be involved in other things outside of sports and still do the schoolwork, still get the good grades that you can get. And Darren's had straight A's for as long as I've known him.
Sometimes I feel like I don't get any break, like when I get up in the morning, when I go to bed. It's a struggle, but through it all, I try to maintain my focus on why I'm doing this and why it's important.
Despite the busy schedule, Darren has valued the camaraderie of his team.
Some of the memories that I'll have from this season, that I'll keep with me for my life. So I'm grateful for the coaching staff and the players for what they've done this season.
As a model student athlete at Patapsco, Darren will surely be missed as he moves to take on new challenges with the same commitment he gives to soccer and all his activities.
We're going to lose a great student, a student first and an athlete, and our athletic department should be very proud of Darren and how he represents Patapsco.
We wish Darren and Patapsco the best of luck in the future. For High School Sports Scene, this is David Birkenthal.
Alyssa Taylor is a senior at Owings Mills High School. Her beginning as a runner was unexpected.
My middle school had a turkey trot race and I won it. I had no idea that I could even run before that, so that was the first time I realized I was good at running or I had a talent for it.
Alyssa joined the track team in high school, but not as a distance runner.
Well, when I first started, I was a sprinter. I thought that was my thing, but I realized very quickly that I was more of a distance runner, and then so I got a late start in distance running because I only started distance running my sophomore year during indoor track, and I started to really like that.
We realized that she really would work better with her gait and her ability to work with the long distances. So over the last few years, she has been training for the mile, 2 mile, and now over the last 2 years, developing her 3-mile cross-country run.
I enjoy cross-country a lot, but I haven't been doing it as long as it's only my second year of cross-country. So I think I've kind of developed more of a comfort with outdoor track than with cross-country.
Last year, she made first team All-County.
During my first year of cross-country, I made the first team All-County for Baltimore County, which was cool because I didn't think that I would do that well my first year because I didn't know anything about the sport at that point.
We were very excited for her to go to states as well her first year and place so high. She earned a medal. And it was really good to see her achieve at those levels and for her to realize how much she was capable of doing.
Alyssa's constant training has led her to a great deal of success.
She comes out every day and she has a plan and she knows what she's doing. She's educated on what she needs to know about running and she does what she needs to do every day. She works hard.
Everything she eats, her sleeping, everything is well thought out for her running regimen.
Alyssa's dedication has led her to become a leader on her team.
I'm not naturally a leader. I think I've kind of just been not like forced into the role, but I think that I've been like helped into it, and it's a little bit outside my comfort zone, but I think that's been a good thing for me.
She's definitely impacted me in the way that I train, as opposed to me just running a certain distance or doing what I want. She has something to do every day, and she is always working hard, which when she's working hard, I just do the same thing and I know that I'm doing what's right.
I just like to help other people, so it's been a little bit easier for me to take over the role because I think that I know some things maybe other people don't, and I like to help others. That's something that I think is a natural thing for me.
And for Alyssa, her sport has taught her valuable lessons.
I think that there are just so many things you can learn from doing a sport. It pushes you to your limits, and it forces you to kind of adapt and be a better student. And I think that's going to help me when I get to college and even after college when I'm just working.
For High School Sports Scene, I'm David Birkenthal.
For the second year in a row, Delaney hosted the County Volleyball Championship as the Lions took on the Hereford Bulls. The first game was tight from the start as the teams traded points. The Lions' Jessica Starr with a kill to put Delaney up 7-5. A big hit through the Delaney block keeps the Bulls within 2 at 15-13. But the Lions began to pull away soon after, on the way to a 25-16 win. Game 2 followed a different script, as the Lions jumped out to a sizable lead. A big hit by Darla Svoboda puts the Lions up 7-1. But Hereford fought back. Mackenzie Lang with a big block on Milan Amos pulls the Bulls to within 2 at 13-11. Another big block ties it at 15. Svoboda again hitting through the Hereford block to make it 19-18 Lions. A point by Heather Hills gives the Bulls the lead at 20-19. A cross-court kill by Svoboda ties the game at 24. And moments later, it's Svoboda again to give Delaney the lead at 26-25. As the Lions went on to take Game 2, 27-25. Delaney took control of the third game early, jumping out to a 4-1 lead. A kill by Milan Amos puts the Lions up 18-12. Delaney went on to a 25-16 win to take Game 3 and the match by a score of 3-0 to earn their first county volleyball title since 2007.